Ever imagine high schoolers building the next big AI?
Building it.
Yeah,
Wow.
not just using it, like actually creating something totally new. And today's deep dive throws us right into that.
Definitely fascinating stuff.
We're looking at this proposal from Axiom Intelligence to
Right.
bring generative AI hackathons to Auckland high schools.
It's a bold idea for sure. And the thing is, it's not just about teaching code.
It's going way deeper than that.
Yeah.
So for those hearing generative AI maybe for the first time,
Yeah.
it's not just your average chatbot. We're talking about AI that can create things.
Exactly. It's the difference between using a calculator and building a calculator.
Oh, okay. So we've got teenagers potentially building the next big thing in AI.
For those of us who don't speak fluent tech, what even is a generative AI hackathon?
Yeah.
And what about these tools they'll be using? ChatGPT, Midjourney, Claude? I mean, those sound more like characters from a video game than software.
Uh-huh. I see what you mean. Okay, so picture this. You feed a program a bunch of news articles about local pollution, right?
Hmm.
And from that, it generates a whole campaign plan to raise awareness.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder then, is that where Regan Duff comes in?
I think so.
The leader of Axiom Intelligence.
Right.
His background is actually in community resilience.
I found that really fascinating. When I read that, I was like, okay. So this is about more than just the tech.
It's about empowering these students to be forces for good.
It's that supportive environment for students to really get their hands dirty with generative AI.
This isn't just about building the coolest AI just for fun, right? Like there's got to be a bigger goal here.
Absolutely. And Axiom Intelligence really emphasizes that these hackathons, they'll focus on using generative AI to tackle real-world problems.
Which makes a lot of sense. These problems affect them directly. It
Absolutely.
actually reminds me, there's this line from their proposal that really stood out to me. It says, participants will be guided through the ethical and responsible use of AI in solving problems. So clearly they're thinking about the bigger picture.
Yeah, they're not just throwing them to the wolves with this powerful technology.
Uh-huh.
It's about giving them the tools to understand that AI isn't just this cool new tech. It's a tool that can be used to make a difference.
What are some examples of these real-world problems that they might tackle?
So they've outlined a few key areas: environmental sustainability, mental health support, and even social justice issues.
How do you even begin to tackle that?
Well, that's where the power of generative AI really comes in.
Okay.
Let's say we're talking about environmental sustainability. Imagine a team, you know?
Okay.
A team could develop an AI tool that helps students track their carbon footprint.
So it's not even about replacing human interaction. It's just about making those connections
Right. It's about that first step.
more accessible,
Exactly.
which can be so hard.
Oh, absolutely. Especially at that age.
Yes.
Or let's say we're talking about environmental sustainability.
Okay.
A team could develop an AI tool that helps students track their carbon footprint.
Right. What about just the skills that they're learning along the way?
And that's what I love about Axiom Intelligence's approach. They really highlight how these hackathons, they foster these essential skills that go way beyond coding. We're talking collaboration, creative problem solving, critical thinking under pressure, but in a really engaging way.
Yeah.
Right? Because, teenagers...
It's got to be interactive.
Exactly. Now, I kind of want to talk about the elephant in the room.
Let's do it.
Because, let's be honest, what high schooler isn't motivated by a little prize action?
Right. It's a big motivator.
Yeah.
And Axiom Intelligence understands that. But they're not just throwing around, the...
Like what? Give me the good stuff.
Okay, so think scholarships.
Yeah. To pursue AI-related studies, internships with leading tech companies, even ongoing mentorship from experts in the field.
So they're not messing around.
No, they're serious about this.
It really makes you realize we're at this turning point with AI.
Yeah.
It's not just this abstract concept stuck in university labs anymore. It's a tool anyone can use, even high school students.
Yeah.
And they can use it to make a real difference.
It's like we're always hearing about the potential downsides of AI, but this proposal flips the script. It shows how AI can actually empower communities and create positive change when you put it in the right hands.
And what's so smart about it is how it addresses those ethical concerns head on.
Yeah.
By making ethical AI the core part of the hackathon. They're not just teaching students how to use the tools, but how to use them responsibly.
Thinking back to when I was in school, we barely even had computers, let alone the chance to use AI for social good.
Yeah.
These students are getting an incredible opportunity, and I have a feeling we're going to see some amazing things come out of these hackathons.
Oh, for sure. This deep dive has really opened my eyes to the potential of this kind of program. But it makes you wonder, what's it going to take for this to become the norm? Not just a one-off thing.
Right, like how do we scale this?
Exactly. What could you listening do to put this kind of forward-thinking education to your own community?
I think so too.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. But we want to leave you with this. What could happen if we empowered young people everywhere to shape the future of AI ethically and impactfully? Something to think about.